Basketball Association. It is your boy Kamish Moolah here live. And we are back in the action, man. Let me get these thumbnails set up as we have Monaco versus Alba Berlin in this one. Alba Berlin taking a tough loss last night to Hapoel Tel Aviv, looking to bounce back. And Monaco is looking to stay undefeated in this game. Boy, do we have a goodie. You are not going to want to miss this one, so stay tuned. Let me get a hashtag Noti Gang to my notification gang in the chat.
Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action.
Hold on, guys. Let me actually fix this real quick. Get these other announcers off of the top of me. I'm calling this game today for you guys. But as I said, do not pay attention to the records. Monaco is currently undefeated, while Berlin is 1-2. Monaco is at 2-0 right now, and many people are looking to see what's up with Monaco. They've played only 2 games in 3 weeks. This is their 3rd game here in week 3. They did not get multiple games early in the schedule like other teams. But do not pay attention to those standings as they are wrong. Monaco is at 2-0 right now. And man, let's see how Monaco fares. I don't have my power rankings up right now to let you guys know where they're at in the power rankings. I do apologize for that. Maybe I should be more prepared for some of these little side notes when the statistics pop up that is inaccurate. But Jamarcus Brown raring to go in this one. Blue Moon, TJ King Jr., Martell Poole. Yes, we got a goodie on our hands here. Definitely got a goodie on our hands, fellas. Let me get in the chat and let me see who is tuned in. Tip off about to be underway. SBA community, are you in the building? Talk to me. Talk to me, guys. One viewer live. Let me get a hashtag our league and let me get the Noti Gang lit in the chat, man. Hold on. Let me get the guys in the chat really quickly. This should take 1 second. Let me send out the Discord notifications. And let the community know that we are live. Make sure I don't have this video on private. I was streaming earlier in private. This is my last little check just to make sure everything is alright. Let me make sure this video is not in private. And then we are good, guys. Pardon the interruption. Like I said, I was on private earlier. Just want to make sure everything is right. Everything is correct. Yes, we are public right now. And we're going to get into this game. Christian Ross with the rock. Getting into Chris Jackson. Chris Jackson and Christian Ross, like I said, took a tough loss last night. Tough move right there in the paint. Forcing it through 2 people. And that one is off the mark. TJ King Jr. pass to Martell Poole. And that 3 is also off the mark. Jamarcus Brown in the building. Big shout out to Jamarcus Brown. Suave Cortez in the building. Nice move right there that time by Chris Jackson. And that's a bucket right there from Monaco, the Roca team. Shout out to my guys in the chat. SBA community has been rocking. TJ King Jr. too easy in the lane. And TJ King Jr. is going to pick up 2 of his own right there. Big shout out to that guy, TJ King Jr., man. Turning a lot of heads. A lot of people have been talking about this kid in the SBA community. A lot of guys interested to see what he brings to the table. Christian Ross with a floater in the lane. Off the mark, though. Decent shot for Christian Ross, but just unable to knock that one down. Martell Poole with another 3-point attempt. Martell Poole being very aggressive here early on. Let's see how that fares for this Monaco's team. Nice shot there from Ross. That one an open shot off of the double screen. And Christian Ross making the defense of the Roca team pay on that one. Jamarcus Brown with it now. Wants a screen. Let's see how he fares. We only seen 2 games out of this Roca team. But through 2 games, we've seen a lot of talent from their young guys, man. Jamarcus Brown. Big time scorer for this Roca team in these 2 games. And he picked up a beautiful basket there with the finger roll over the defender. Mobile one drive on that one. Let's see what Berlin can do to answer these guys back. Shout out to my guy PV in the chat. Eddie Bowles checking in as well. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Chris Jackson from the corner. Good look. No good. TJ King does a good job of starting that break, even though he's a big man at the 4. Martel Poole being very aggressive into a fault there. Ew. As he shoots an air ball. Ugly shot right there from Martel Poole. Got to get a better look than that. And now the viewers are starting to roll in. SBA community, let me know how you're feeling about the games today. Christian Ross with the rock. Gets it to Chris Jackson with the shot clock winding down. That shot is off the mark. And I'm not liking the approach of Albert Berlin right now. Too many outside shots. Same thing for Monaco right now. Want to see them get it going to the lane. Maybe work through Blue Moon a little bit more. Or TJ King out of the post. TJ King with another mismatch. And making them pay once again with that little short midi right there, if you will. And whenever he has that smaller defender switched on him, trust me, TJ King is going to make you pay. Pass out a shot to Christian Ross. Got a decent look from the 3. But like I said, man, they're spending too much time at that 3-point line right now. I'm not feeling that. So is Monaco. Jamarcus Brown missing a shot there. I think Monaco has been doing a good job when they get it going on the interior. But right now, electing to shoot a lot of outside shots. And let's see how that fits for them. Jonathan Love, decent game last night. Let's see if he can pick it up again. Chris Jackson, another 3-point attempt. And that is off. Albert Berlin, 2 minutes without a basket. And let's see if they can switch up that game plan, man. I'm not liking the early outside initiative from Albert Berlin, but I'm also not liking it from AS Monaco. Too many 3-point shots taken by these teams thus far. I would like to see them get it working to the basket. Call some sets to maybe get it working on the interior. Get the ball to Russ Macy as they continuing to take more 3s. And I don't know about this game plan, man. The Roca team, Monaco, usually does a good job of playing inside out. Right now, they're electing to go to the 3. And it is not faring well for them early in this game. Want to see them get going with TJ King in the post. Or Blue Moon with a full head of steam to the basket. Looked like he was going to try it there, but passes it out to Martel Poole. And Martel Poole knocks down his first 3 of the night after missing about 3. I believe he's 1 for 3 from the 3-point line thus far. And let's see if Martel Poole can turn that around. And I told you, when Blue Moon gets a full head of steam going to the basket and can make a pass out right like that, this Monaco team is very dangerous and hard to stop. Shout out to Kennard Roden in the chat. Kennard Roden, league first guy, always showing love and support for the SBA. And we're getting our first look at, well, not our first look, but another early look at this Monaco team. They are 2-0 right now. Albert Berlin is 1-2 after losing last night. And both teams still with so much to prove. Still very early for both teams, but they cannot slack. Number 40 hitting a 3 from the corner for Berlin. And Berlin electing to still go with the 3-point opportunities here. But they got that one to go, so you can't knock it. Martel Poole with the rock. Martel Poole a bit sloppy with the ball. And Jonathan Love almost picked his pocket. Heads up defense right there from Jonathan Love. Coming, adding some extended pressure with the help. And I like what I'm seeing. Shout out to the female coach right there of Albert Berlin, man. Keep giving her some airtime. The only female coach in the series, I believe. Martel Poole, another 3. And Martel Poole really going to hurt his team tonight. 1 for 5 from the field. All 3-point attempts. And I'm not sure why he's electing to go with so many 3-point shots early. Really going to hurt his team. And Chris Jackson feeling it. I know I've been complaining about both teams electing to go to the 3 early. But maybe things are starting to work in their favor. Well, for Berlin, as of right now, and Martel Poole electing to go to the hole after missing 2 jump shots. And there you go. That's how you work inside out. Martel Poole just too much for Chris Jackson on the move right there. Martel Poole gets himself his second basket of the night. Jonathan Love trying to knock it down off the mark. And Alba Berlin, man, trying to really, I guess, take it to Monaco right now at the 3-point line. And I'm not sure how that strategy is going to fare later in this game, man. Nice move from TJ King, and Pickett just way too small for TJ King Jr. in the post. They're going to have to switch up that matchup right there. Because I'm telling you now, even though Pickett may have an advantage on the outside, when it comes to him guarding TJ King Jr. on the interior on the other end, it is going to be easy money all night long if they continue to have that matchup. I'm seeing Chris Ross on TJ King Jr. Let's see if they elect to exploit that matchup. Looks like Claudio Sanchez is just going to go one-on-one with the smaller Pickett. And right now they're picking on Pickett in the post. Claudio Sanchez going to the line for 2. Let's see if he can extend this lead for AS Monaco. First free throw on its way. Mr. Sanchez gets it to go. Rattles home 14-11. Can he make this a 4-point game? Let's see. Second free throw for Claudio. Nothing but net. Swiss cheese. 15-11 in favor of Monaco. Alba Berlin with the rock. Both teams making a bit of changes. And a backup point guard coming in and going right to it. He's fouled by McCoud. And he's going to the line for 2. Zach Gilbert. Do not pay attention to any of the statistics on the screen, because we have to simulate to get certain matchups, and they are inaccurate. But Zach Gilbert knocking down the first free throw, 12-15. Team still down by 3. But if he can count this last penny, his team will be within 2. Now let's see how this second unit fares for Alba Berlin in this matchup. Second free throw good. Like I said, both teams making a few changes. Let's see how that changes the dynamic of what we've been seeing. Nice pass right there. And Claudio Sanchez getting to work early. That was a nice pass by, I forgot the point guard's name. It's something Berg. Newberg. Or Norberg. But the backup point guard, number 24 for AS Monaco, with a nice pass right there. And I forgot this guy's name. I believe it was Norberg. Really facilitating McCow with the 3-pointer from the corner. McCow, we know how dangerous McCow could be as a stretch 4. However, that one off the mark. Great closeout right there. And a floater in the lane for number 19. Nice floater. I got to get these two teams' names down, guys. It's still very early in the overseas series, especially for these guys. Haven't had too many games with these teams, and that's why I'm not familiar with the names. But big shout out to Olin Santos, head of our statistics here in the SBA. Definitely doing his thing with the stats, man. Olin has been on top of it. And Zach Gilbert with another basket. Beautiful shot right there from Zach Gilbert, man. Another young guard here for this Alba Berlin team who can really fill it up and score baskets, man. We know that they got Chris Jackson, Christian Ross, but Zach Gilbert is another one of them guys, man. McCown with a beautiful post fade right there, post spinning shot. And McCown showing us a bit of his bag right now with that move right there. 19-17, still in favor of Monaco, but not for long, as Sean Duncan knocks down a three. The young Sean Duncan, he's like a small forward shooting guard hybrid, but this young guy has a lot of time to develop. Very young guy at 19 years old, but he is a user guy, so he has the advantage of getting SC and trying to get some things going. And let's see if Sean Duncan could get it done. He knocked down that three-pointer right there. Starting to get a little bit more minutes here for Alba Berlin. But let's see if Sean Duncan could put a game together. Claudio Sanchez has been very active early. Second trip to the line here and scored a couple of baskets. Looks like Claudio Sanchez trying to have himself a night. Let's see if he can continue by counting his pennies. First free throw on its way. Claudio, good. 20-20. Can Claudio give his team the lead now? Second free throw on its way from Claudio. Good. And Monaco has a 1-point lead now. Let's see if they can build on this lead. Sean Duncan with the rock, gets it to the young Zach Gilbert. Open look, Swiss cheese, nothing but net, and that's what Zach Gilbert can do. I told you guys, these young guards here for Alba Berlin is not to be played with. Chris Jackson, Sean Duncan, and Chris Ross. Also with the likes of Zach Gilbert off the bench with Sean Duncan, man. These young guys can definitely get it going. And with so much young talent at the guard spot, I figure Alba Berlin is really trying to figure out who's going to be the young core moving forward. Wild shot right there at the buzzer for Sean Duncan. Not going to go, but Sean Duncan, here's a replay of that three right there. Looking so comfortable stepping in and knocking it down. Like I said, very young guy. Interesting to see how his play is going to fare. They didn't get too many minutes in his first two games. Got about 18 minutes in the last game and did fairly better. But he's definitely looking to capitalize on these more minutes in this one and give his team some more production. Shout out to the young Sean Duncan, man. User player in our community. Also shout out to Christian Ross and Chris Jackson as well. Those guys are also users here in the SBA. Martel Poole, TJ King, and Blue Moon. Also Jamarcus Brown for Monaco. So we got a lot of users in this game. Johan Norberg, yes, that was the backup point guard for Monaco. I totally forgot. And Martel Poole knocking it down again off the beautiful assist of Blue Moon. And that's what Blue Moon does so well. Blue Moon's such a threat, slashing. He's really like a big point guard at the small forward position. And when he goes to the hole, he's going to demand extra attention. But the kid has such great vision that he just makes you pay every time you help or double. Beautiful move by Russ Macy right there. And I want to see Russ Macy get involved, man, a little bit more. Russ Macy should be more of a focal point for this Berlin's offense, especially with how they've been playing this season. Zach Gilbert with some nice moves in transition. Jonathan Love's going to pass it out. Good defense right there from Blue Moon. Blue Moon going to have to play defense again as Jonathan Love takes the shot off of two screens. Got a decent look, but that one off the mark. Can't give Jonathan Love that look too often, though, as he will knock that down. TJ King has a smaller Zach Gilbert, but they're still going to run the set. Showing discipline right there. Blue Moon wants to take Jonathan to the post. And a beautiful turnaround little baby hook right there from Blue Moon. Blue Moon, I'm liking what I'm seeing thus far. Playing very poised, letting the game come to him, getting his teammates involved. And this is a good game right now. Nice driving kick from Sean Duncan. Zach Gilbert, open look, off the mark. But Russ Macy with the offensive rebound. However, he cannot finish as TJ King Jr. and Macau with a good defensive effort after allowing The offensive rebound right there. Martel Poole with the rock. Martel Poole wants the screen from McCall. Nice way to use the screen with a little hezzy. And the mid-range shot for Martel Poole goes. Martel Poole starting to get it going a bit. Started off shooting the 3-ball too early. Missing early and started off kind of cold. But now Martel Poole is turning it around as he's knocked down, I believe, his last 3 shots. Zach Gilbert off the screen takes the midi, and Zach Gilbert gets in the books again. Zach Gilbert, super competitive and tough to guard. Man, I'm telling you, these young guards of Alba Berlin are no joke, but nice pass right there from TJ King Jr., but even better defense from Russ Macy as he breaks up the alley-oop attempt right there. Sean Duncan off the screen from Russ Macy, gets it out, number 34. The big man hitting the 3, and this is why overseas is so dangerous. These bigs can shoot the ball. A lot of the forwards here, a lot of the fours here just super good at shooting the ball, and that makes almost every team just very hard to guard as far as help goes. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from Monaco, drawing help and getting the ball out to their shooters. Also liking that Alba Berlin is doing the same. Both teams really came ready to play. 30-28 right now. Off the screen, Jonathan Love gets a nice, decent mid-range look. Misses it, but Russ Macy with the cleanup. And this is what Russ Macy does, man. Russ Macy, such a good rebounder. And just a good all-around big, period. I want to see the guy get a little bit stronger, but he has a very good inside-out game. Can still finish on the interior, and then he's dangerous on the outside as well. From the mid-range, the three-point line, Russ Macy could make you pay. Blue Moon with a nice drive to the basket right there. Russ Macy on the foul, but can Blue Moon count his pennies? Let's see. Blue Moon can count his pennies. Shout out to all my guys in the chat. The chat is picking up. Chat is lit. Non-viewers watching. Hit that like button. And can I get a hashtag our league? Appreciate you guys for tuning in and night out, man. 4 streaming days a week. And you guys have really been turning it up. Appreciate that, guys. First free throw is good from Blue Moon. Let's see if he can knock down the second one. Second one is up. Swiss cheese, nothing but net. 2 for 2 from the line on that trip. 30-32. 2-point lead in favor of Berlin. And let's see if Berlin can keep this thing going. Monaco's undefeated at 2-0. While Berlin is at 1-2 after taking that tough loss last night. Christian Ross with a nice take right there. He's going to the line for 2. The chat is turned up. Gabriel Peoples in the building, a.k.a. Dramarcus Brown. It's a lot of guys popping out for the overseas tour. High school starting up very soon as well. We're doing some things with that foul soon. That is why I elected to start the game slightly earlier today. I still wound up almost starting about 5. But every minute is going to count, because I'm trying to get as much work as I can get done tonight. Free throws off the mark from Christian Ross. Ew. Young guy got to count his pennies, and a beautiful alley-oop pass right there from Blue Moon. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Blue Moon really the quarterback of this Monaco team. Yes, Martel Poole is the point guard, but Blue Moon is really the true playmaker of this team. Martel Poole is more of an off guard at the 1, while Blue Moon plays that point forward position. Christian Ross with the beautiful shot right there. Way to get to his spot. Stop on a dime before McCall can close out. And I love it. Dramarcus Brown trying to answer with a 3. He can hit that, but that one off the mark from Dramarcus Brown. Dramarcus Brown not really feeling it that much from downtown. We know how dangerous he can be, but that one off the mark. And Chris Jackson going coast to coast right there with a beautiful up and under move over the taller Dramarcus Brown. Way to shield and use the basket to your advantage, being a smaller guy right there from Chris Jackson. And TJ King had the mismatch he wanted with Pickett, but Pickett with the good physical defense forcing a miss right there. Jonathan Love with the rock. Australian young has arrived. Shout out to Australian Young in the chat. North American Elite Basketball Union, NCAA. Shout out to my guy in the chat. Appreciate the support. 13 to 4 run in the last 5 minutes after the basket from Russ Macy. And Alba Berlin is in control right now. 38 to 32. Once again, 13 to 4 run by Alba Berlin right now. Let's see if they can continue that. Jamarcus Brown. 3-pointer from the corner. Catch and shoot right over Christian Ross. And Jamarcus Brown is a taller guard at 6'8". Utilizing his height right there over Chris Ross with that catch and shoot. Chris Ross trying to answer right back. And he does. How about both user shooting guards going right back at each other right there? Love to see it. TJ King Jr. in the post. Nice spin. Uses the glass, but Pickett once again. Excuse me, guys. Pickett once again with the tremendous defensive effort. Pickett doing a good job of TJ King guarding TJ King Jr. in the post right now. We know TJ King Jr. is a beast. Hasn't been able to really do too much with Pickett. Another shot, but better closeout right there from Jamarcus Brown. And Christian Ross is off the mark. 11 viewers live, guys. Hit that like button. And Jamarcus Brown with the slam right there. TJ King Jr. with the great interior pass. That was a laser pass in there. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from Monaco right now from the playmaking standpoint. Let's see if they could get back into this game. 41-37 in favor of Berlin. And Berlin still letting Monaco have it. Berlin is elected to shoot a ton of threes in this first half, and right now they have hit 5 more threes than Monaco, and they have the lead. So let's see if this 3-point heavy strategy of Alba Berlin can sustain them throughout the game, because right now it is looking good. I am liking what I'm seeing. Definitely lazy defense right there from you guys, Blue Moon. But Alba Berlin, man, electing to shoot it early and often. And right now it is working in their favor. Their coach must have went with a shoot at will game plan. And usually I'm against those high 3-point attempting game plans. However, they're winning right now, so no complaints. Shout out to the drip guy, Grayson, in the building. My guy Grayson wears many hats for us in the SBA. And Johan Norberg, with the leaning 3-pointer. I don't like that shot off of the handoff and off of the screen. Would like to see him set his feet. Can hit that at times, but don't know if you want him taking that shot too consistently. Christian Ross been feeling it a bit. Wants another 3. Could have elected to get a better shot there, or maybe drive to the basket. Went with a wild 3-point attempt, and much like I didn't like the attempt from Norberg, I don't like that one. Norberg trying to get to his spot, leaning again. And Norberg can hit those leaning shots at times, but I think those last 2 times it was a bit unnecessary. Christian Ross with the mismatch. Looked like he was going to try to go on the bigger TJ King, but elects to pull back. Gets it to Christian Jackson, who shoots over another big guy from the mid-range, and that was an ugly shot as he fell. Not a cute possession. Claudio Sanchez, ill. Trying to extend his range right there, but that one just a brick off of the backboard. Claudio Sanchez trying to build the house right there. And Christian Jackson, off-balance 3, off of the screen. And like I said, man, they're going for that 3-pointer early and often. And I don't like that strategy, but it is working for them right now. TJ King Jr. in the post. He's getting doubled. I'm liking the defense right here from Alba Berlin. They're doing a good job at denying TJ King good looks. And Christian Ross stopping and popping on the break and knocking it down. Mid-range shot right there. That's a tough shot to take on in transition. That mid-range stop and pop. But shout out to Chris Ross making it look easy. TJ King Jr. electing to go to the hole again, but Pickett, the veteran Pickett, is just right at TJ King Jr., not letting him have his way. TJ King Jr. still having a decent game, but we have saw Pickett meet him at the rim about 3 times, and I'm loving the effort. TJ King Jr. is shooting 4 of 8 from the line right now with 8 points. However, he is having a tough job right now scoring the basket on Pickett. Pickett is making him work for every basket. And big shout out to AS Monaco, man. I mean, Alba Berlin for that defensive strategy. Guys in the Monaco team not happy about what they're seeing on stream right now. Blue Moon asking, what are we doing? Blue Moon was subbed out of the game, and it seems like the ball movement has stopped. They don't have two. I'm starting to notice that Monaco doesn't really have a true playmaker outside of Blue Moon. Johan Norberg and Martel Poole are both scoring point guards. So that's going to be interesting to see, you know, where are they going to get their playmaking from whenever Blue Moon is coming off the bench. Claudio Sanchez cleaning his own mess right there after missing the first one, getting a rebound and making a second. Claudio Sanchez has been active early. Still plenty of time left for Monaco in this game, but they got to string together some stops. Good steal right there by TJ King Jr. Let's see if they can make something happen on the break. TJ has the smaller guy on him, but with a lot of help around, I like the idea of resetting and getting a play ran. But wow, I was about to say I don't like that pull-up by Johan Norberg, but off the move, gets the and one three-pointer over the defender right there. And wow, 4-point play opportunity coming from Johan Norberg, and he converts. 43-51, 8-point game with 1 second left in this half. Might have to be a heave. No heave on the play. Gilbert elects to hold it and let this one go out. And right now at the half, 51-43 in favor of Alba Berlin. Alba Berlin came to play in this one. They lost last night, took a tough loss to Virtus. But it's a back-to-back for them, and they've came ready to play in this one, man. Gotta like what you've seen from Alba Berlin. We're going to go past this little dunk contest thing. And as you can see, Alba Berlin really making them pay from the three-point line in this first half. And I think that has made the difference. Ross, Duncan, the big man, and Pickett knocking it down. And there goes Zach Gilbert. Swiss cheese, nothing but net. And too many threes, man. They're allowing too many good looks from three. Got to close out better. Got to do a better job of guarding the threes off of the screens as well. And at the half, the top performer for Alba Berlin is Chris Jackson with 12 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And for Monaco, no surprise, TJ King Jr., 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Monaco is shooting 44% from the field right now, while Berlin is shooting a very high 56%. It's going to be hard to stop any team when they're shooting the ball that well. But let's see if Monaco's defense can alter these shots a bit, get that percentage for Alba Berlin on a downtrend, and then let's see if they can get their field goal percentage up on the other end. Let's see if they can, you know, execute their game plan a bit better. And I like the passes right there. I see that play is to set up Martel Poole, but I want to see Blue Moon put his head down and get a bit more aggressive. I feel like they're looking for Blue Moon to make the pass right now, and if he can start getting aggressive as a scorer, making himself a threat, that will open up easier opportunities for his teammates. His teammates also are not finishing a lot of his opportunities right now. And Blue Moon off the mark from the three-point line. I want to see him go to the hole, especially when his team doesn't have the lead. He is a capable three-point shooter, but not the best, as you can see as he missed off the mark right there. Chris Jackson with the rock. Ugly possession. Russ Macy has to force up a three. Claudio all over him. No good. Rebounded by Blue Moon. Blue Moon pushing it up the floor. Gets it to Jamarcus Brown in transition. Jamarcus Brown pivots, spins, and puts up the layup quickly in the post over the smaller Christian Ross. And we seeing Jamarcus Brown utilize his size over Christian Ross in this one. Want to see him go to that a little more often. Christian Ross with a nice look right there. Get into his sweet spot, but can't get the shot to go. Great defense right there from Jamarcus Brown. Got to his spot, but Jamarcus Brown able to do enough on the closeout. Martel Poole with the rock. Leaning three. Off the handoff, and leaning three is off the mark. Martel Poole falling in love with that three ball again. Gotta find a way to get some different type of shots. 4 for 10 though, so not gonna complain. Still shooting it pretty effectively. Christian Ross, three-pointer off the screen, off the mark. And Albert Berlin still in love with the three-point line. Both teams pretty much in love with the three right now. Playing a game of who can shoot it better. I would like to see some more hard nose. Put your head down and score, but Blue Moon working to that sweet spot and nothing but net. I love the mid-range pull-up right there. 6 points, 5 assists, 2 of 4 shooting for Blue Moon. Super efficient, and he's really leading the charge in the playmaking department for his team. Love it. Pick and pop right there from Chris Jackson and Russ Macy. And Russ Macy answers with a three. And that's what makes Russ Macy so dangerous, man. You got them dangerous young guards, quick and very agile, coming off the screen. And Russ Macy could back up on a pick and pop and make you pay. TJ King misses it, cleans up his mess, gets it out to Claudio. And Claudio with a short corner jump shot. Claudio Sanchez really stepping it up in this game for Monaco. And now Monaco is knocking on the door of Berlin. Let's see if they could keep up this effort. Big shout out to Judah JRJ Rose in the chat, man. This guy has exploded on to the SBA scene. He is a coach for the high school McEachern, and he's also a big part of our graphics team. Can I get a hashtag JRJ in the chat from the SBA community? Also, shout out to the rest of the guys in the chat. EA tuned in. Also, my guy Slicko Mode. Appreciate you, my guy. Let me get a hashtag JRJ in the chat. This kid really came on strong for the SBA, and he is putting on for us in a major way, as he's just joined the league, but he is taking on many roles. Blue Moon thugging the smaller defender Christian Jackson, and Blue Moon with the beautiful tomahawk windmill. Did you see that slam? Look how far he brought the ball down. Almost touched the ball with his feet mid-air with the slam. And this is what I like to see from Blue Moon, man. Blue Moon is super dangerous. He's a young guy as well. But Russ Macy answering again from the three-point line. Russ Macy, very dangerous catch and shoot guy. And he's so tall, 7'2". Still has some room to improve in the post. But Russ Macy really can let you have it from the inside out. And TJ King Jr. with a beautiful move over Pickett in the post right there. And TJ King Jr. is starting to get it going now. But back to what I was saying about Blue Moon, man. Blue Moon is just such a amazing talent. Super athletic at that three spot. And just a very good playmaker. Kind of reminds you of like a Draymond Green, LeBron type of guy in Blue Moon. And three-pointer is good right there by Christian Ross. Let's see if Blue Moon and company can answer. Blue Moon at the helm. Nice pick and roll action. Claudio is blocked though by Pickett. And Blue Moon is putting it on the platter for his guys. I don't like that Claudio leaned back. I think he helped Pickett get that block there. I think if Claudio would have went towards the basket, utilized his size better, that would have been a basket. Chris Jackson going to the line for two after being fouled by TJ King Jr. And TJ King Jr. playing aggressive to a bit of a fault there. Only picking up his second though. But Chris Jackson earning a strong trip to the line. And let's see if Chris Jackson can up his performance in the first half here in the second half. Can Chris Jackson count his pennies and lead this Berlin team to a victory? First free throw is good. Counts the first one, 61-53. Can he make it a 9-point game as both teams elect to make changes? This one, Olin Shaw says this is one of the nicest courts. He likes this court. This court is definitely fire here for the Roca team, Monaco. Second free throw good as well for Christian Jackson. Swiss cheese, nothing but net. 53-62, 9-point game in favor of Monaco. Norberg, Johan Norberg gets it to Macau. To Macau though. How do you miss that with the smaller guy all over you? Might have been a foul there. It was a lot of contact. And shout out to Christian Jackson with the tough interior defense. And then big shout out to Christian Jackson with the putback right there. The little guy screwing in the light bulb. And Christian Jackson is really doing it all for his team right now. Christian Jackson really carrying Alba Berlin with the help of Russ Macy. And we've seen a couple of other guys help out as well. But for the most part, Christian Jackson and Russ Macy really shouldering the load here. Nice, tough, leaning shot right there from Johan Norberg. And that's those little leaners that I told you Norberg is definitely capable of hitting. Knocks that one down. The beautiful shot. Russ Macy had to get his handling on that pass. Pick and pop right there with Gilbert. Oh, no, that wasn't Gilbert, actually. Number 19 on a pick and pop with Russ Macy. But that one off the mark. Blue Moon turns it over. Alba Berlin in transition. Alba Berlin elects to slow it down. Chris Jackson now with the rock. Chris Jackson trying to put a move on Blue Moon. Nothing doing. He wants the screen, but good defense from Blue Moon as he stuck with him off the screen. But even better offense by Christian Jackson, who has 18 on 6 of 11 shooting after that one right there. What a move. What a shot. What a play right there from Christian Jackson. This kid is super good. Norberg again, the leaning three. And Norberg is hurting his team. But Claudio Sanchez helping his team with his effort, but doesn't get that one to go. And Monaco still down right now, convincingly. Down 11 right now. And Alba Berlin really controlled most of this game. Let's see if Monaco has enough to come back in this game. And they're going to want to get it going in a hurry if they want to stay undefeated, man. They cannot let Berlin get too comfortable with this lead. And Norberg on the cut. Really lost Chris Jackson. Chris Jackson stepped up too high. And Norberg ran right by him for the left-handed finger roll. Chris Jackson double screen, another good look, and he steps right in and knocks it down. Set his feet, got the dribble to gather his feet, and knock that one down. That's what I like to see off those screens. I don't like too many of those leaners, but Chris Jackson is having himself a night, and Norberg, another drifting shot. Norberg has to go to the bench, man. Those are ugly, bad shots, and those are hurting his team. Why is he electing to lean when he does not have to? Norberg really hurting Monaco in this one. And I know that his teammates and his coaches are not happy with that one. Chris Jackson has been on fire, but is cooling off with that shot as that one misses off the mark. Norberg passes it into Blue Moon. Blue Moon trying to take matters into his own hands now. Going up strong against the smaller Zach Gilbert. And Zach Gilbert is going to pick up the foul. Blue Moon going to the line for 2. Can he count his pennies and help trim this deficit? 12-point deficit right now for Monaco. And Blue Moon at the line trying to count these pennies. Blue Moon saying he wished that they had crashed boards. Listen, Blue Moon, if you and your user guys want to implement a game plan, you guys can send me a game plan. We got user guys sending in game plans for their teams. Olympia does a good job of sending in game plans. Also, a couple other teams have sent in game plans as well. So get with your team and get a game plan together, and I'll run it, man. I'll run it. As long as the rest of the team guys are with it, I'll run it. Blue Moon missing both free throws. Ew. You can also give me a playbook for your team, and as long as the team approves, like I said, I'll run it. That was a ugly trip to the line from Blue Moon right there. Chris Jackson, 3-point attempt at the buzzer, no good. Shot clock winding down. Would definitely like to see a better possession than that. If they want to return the lead, hold on to the lead. Norberg trying to throw the alley to Blue Moon, but just off the mark. That one would have been crazy. Chris Jackson being aggressive, gets it to Zach Gilbert. And Zach Gilbert with a quick, nifty finish. Another big run here for Alba Berlin. This is their second big run of the game. Alba Berlin on a 17-6 run. And Monaco is just cold in this one. They got to start getting something going if they want to win this game, man. Norberg with a nice take to the rim. And I'd rather see that from Johan Norberg than those leaning shots that he keeps electing to take in traffic. I don't like that. When he's going to the hole, he's been faring pretty well. But good defense by Norberg at the end of the third quarter here. That shot is not going to count. Good block right there by Norberg at the end of the quarter, though. And can I get those fours in the chat, fellas? Fours in the chat. D'Angelo Cannon in the building. Shout out to D'Angelo Cannon. That guy is a user here in our high school series. High school coming up very soon. A lot of news dropping. But check out our State Farm assist of the game, Sean Duncan, picking it up with the beautiful pass to number 34 for the three-point line. And as we head to this fourth quarter, who do you guys got? Do you guys think that Monaco can come all the way back in this fourth quarter to win this game? Zach Gilbert with the rock. Also, Blue Moon, you can do personal tendencies as well. I don't know if you mess with your tendencies, but you can do that as well as submitting a game plan. Zach Gilbert with a beautiful move into the lane. Great nifty footwork and way to shield his body and work the ball around. Navigate the ball with that little finger roll right there. Martel Poole leaning three, and that is good. Martel Poole loves that three-point line and finally starting to get it to go in his favor. I don't like all the threes, but that one went. Sean Duncan with a beautiful move through the lane. If you guys check that out, brought the ball over, just completely lost the defender there. Nice move by Sean Duncan, and that is a basket there. Stolen away by Sean Duncan, picking the defender's pocket there. And Sean Duncan really showing us an effort. No, actually that was Zach Gilbert on the steal. Pardon me, guys. But Sean Duncan with the ball, setting up the play right now for Berlin. 2 seconds left on the clock. Macy has to take the tough three, and ill. Hits off the rim, goes out of bounds. Monaco has another opportunity, but Monaco has to get it going. Who do you guys got winning this game? Can Monaco come back, guys, in the chat? Let me know if you think Monaco could come back and win this game. And also let me know if you think it's over for them. TJ King with the turnaround. And TJ King, man, got to get it going. He's been cold tonight. I don't want to say he's been cold. He's been scoring when he's had good opportunities, but Alba Berlin has made it very tough on him, throwing so many looks on him, stopping him in his tracks. Christian Ross on a backdoor cut, slamming it home. Caught Jamarcus Brown sleeping. Jamarcus Brown got to wake up on defense. If your team is going to want the lead, you cannot afford to fall asleep like that on that end of the floor. Claudio Sanchez tried to catch and shoot right there over Russ Macy. Off the mark, though. Good defense right there from Russ. Zach Gilbert gets it to Ross. Christian Ross looking to go on Jamarcus Brown. Has to put up a tough mid-range shot. Good defense by Jamarcus. And rebound right there from TJ King Jr. Alley-oop attempt right there from Martel Poole, and TJ King Jr. with another basket. TJ King Jr. is coming alive here in this fourth quarter, and let's see if TJ King Jr. can get his team back in this one. Macy to Gilbert. Gilbert off the screen. Gilbert with a couple of moves. Get a good look. Gilbert had a good mid-range look right there, but can't get it to go. Rims in and out. Gilbert has been playing terrific in this one, but that's a shot that you want to see him make. His team definitely wincing at that miss. Martel Poole trying to go on Gilbert. Gilbert with the good defensive effort off the mark, but Claudio Sanchez with the clutch offensive rebound, and TJ King getting it back down to Claudio. Claudio with a pump fake, gets Pickett in the air, and Claudio with the finish. Claudio Sanchez has definitely been stepping it up big time from Monaco in this game. Let's see if his teammates can help him out in this fourth quarter with 6 minutes left. Still enough time for a push from Monaco. And let's see if they can remain undefeated. Jonathan Love can't get a good enough look with the shot clock winding down. And that one off the mark. TJ King Jr. with another rebound. And Monaco holding Berlin scoreless in the last 2 minutes. 3-pointer off the mark right there by Hood. But let's see what Berlin elects to do on this side of the ball. 10 viewers live. Hit that like button. This game has been turned up. Ooh, good steal right there. Good defensive effort. Sloppy ball handling, though, from Christian Ross. And on the other end, Jonathan Love is going to pick up the foul as Hood earned himself a trip to the line there.
Shoot 2.
Can Hood knock down these very important free throws? These are very big free throws the later in the game that it is getting here, and they don't have a lead. And down 9, Hood misses the first free throw, man. He got to count his pennies. Shout out to my guy Duke Spliff in the chat. Duke, small forward of SBA Select here in our overseas tour. Big shout out to my guy Duke, a.k.a. Alvin Mack. Hold up, guys. I'm actually going to let this timeout go by as I actually have to run to the kitchen real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, guys, now coming out of that timeout, let's see if Monaco could continue their comeback effort, or if Berlin could stall them off and steal another victory here. Can Monaco remain undefeated? This is probably going to be a huge test for them right now and show us what they're about. But I definitely think that anything is possible, but are they the capable team of doing it? And beautiful step back right there from Dramarcus Brown. And we now have us a 5-point game. Whoa, can Monaco come all the way back? 5-point game, guys. The crowd is into it. Zach Gilbert gets a full head of steam, though, to the lane, and Claudio Sanchez off balance could only foul. And Zach Gilbert going to the line for 2. Let's see if he can count both of his pennies. Said that the mic is cracking up a bit. Is it still cracking? Do you hear a lot of background noise, or do I sound clear? That's how I know if it's coming out of my controller or not. Let me check, actually. Let me make sure that the microphone is still good. Okay, yes, it still should be good, guys. Is the mic still cracking, or is it good? Sometimes it may crack if I get loud. I'm aware of that. But I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't sound like I'm out of my controller with the freaking background noise going crazy. Big shout out to Ronnie Shanahan, aka Ronnie All-Star, in the building. And I bet, yeah, so it's probably cracking. It's probably cracking when I'm peaking. I just turned the level down. Let me know how we sound now. I turned the level down so I'm not peaking as much. Just let me know how I sound in the chat, just to Keep it going. 78 to 72. Martel Poole has to put up a tough shot at the buzzer beater. And that one is no good. Monaco has to continue their tough efforts. Zach Gilbert got a good look at the rim. But great defense right there from TJ King Jr. Let's see if TJ King Jr. can continue his takeover and get his team this victory. Blue Moon with the rock. Gets it to Jamarcus Brown, the shooter. And Jamarcus Brown with another clutch three. That is his second big three of this fourth quarter. And now Monaco, the 2-0 undefeated team, is right back at the door of Alba Berlin within 3 points. But Chris Ross says calm that down as he hits a three of his own to put his team right back up 6 points. This is a matchup to watch, and a beautiful pass right there. Perfectly placed alley-oop by Blue Moon through traffic. Did you see that Russ Macy hand was right there, but Blue Moon put it into the perfect spot. And Blue Moon is really looking like a quarterback out there. Great defense right there from Monaco, and now Monaco in transition, looking to cut down this lead even more. Jamarcus Brown, one of the screen, gets it to Martel Poole though. Martel Poole with a three. And no good. Beautiful play call right there. Executed well, but Martel Poole not able to hit that. Both teams dialed in, man. Both teams dialed in. Blue Moon off the screen from Claudio, and Blue Moon to Claudio. Both of these guys have been playing outstanding, and there you go, another basket. AS Monaco is within 2 points with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left. Will they steal this win from Berlin, or can Berlin hold on in this one? Pardon me once again, guys. Out of the timeout, pardon me, fellas. We are back at the action here. 12 viewers live. Caden Benson in the building, aka Martel Poole. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And one by Russ Macy, as Alba Berlin is not giving up yet. Yes, they gave up some traction, but they are trying to hold on to this lead as much as they can. Let's see what Monaco has in store, man. Can Monaco pull it off? Can Monaco pull it off? I believe they're capable of doing it. Another good pass on the interior from Blue Moon to Claudio. Claudio lost the handle, and now Martel Poole step back three with the shot clock winding down. That is not a good possession. Almost could have been if Claudio would have caught that ball cleanly. but that one just off the mark. Turn us up, SBA. 2 minutes left. Can I get a hashtag 2 minutes? Deep three, ugly possession right there from Chris Ross. And Monaco really has an opportunity with 2 minutes left to make something happen. But let's see if they're capable of doing it. Martel Poole, turnover in the clutch. Oh my God, Zach Gilbert. Great defensive effort, clutch defense, and Zach Gilbert to Jonathan Love. What a play by Zach Gilbert right there in the clutch, picking the young Caden Benson, a.k.a. Martel Poole. Oh, that one has to hurt right there. That one had to hurt. Shot off the mark. Martel Poole might have taken that shot in frustration, trying to cover too much ground. And now with 1:10 left, and Christian Ross going to the line, I think that Alba Berlin got this in the bag, guys. What do you think? I think Berlin has this in the bag. Maybe it was the rust. Maybe it was the rust. You know that Alba Berlin played last night. Alba Berlin played last night. So, you know, they are warm and ready to go. Monaco hasn't played in a week. So maybe it was just the rust that got them going. Caden Benson, man, you got to get those, got to try to get those tendencies right. If you're not happy with the way that your player's playing, get those tendencies right, man. That's up to y'all. This is a simulation league. You guys got free will to test tendencies and get your tendencies right and send them to me for y'all players. So if you're not happy at what you see from your player, definitely get in that tendency lab and send it to me. 88-79 in favor of Alba Berlin. And I think Berlin is going to walk away with a victory here, man. They control most of this game. And I don't know if Monaco has enough in them to come back. Nice move right there from Blue Moon. And 7 points in 1 minute is not impossible. However, I'm not sure if these guys got the clutch gene in them. Chris Ross to the basket, and they're definitely not going to have the clutch gene in them, allowing a free Olay to the rim for Chris Ross right there. Now they're going to call a timeout, talk things over, as it's still a 9-point game. But if they don't hit a quick three here, I think that is definitely curtains and GG's in this one, man. Don't want to put the GG's up in the chat too early. But if I'm being real, it is not looking good for the undefeated Monaco in this one. Monaco at 2-0 can fall to 2-1 with this loss here. Still a lot of time in this season, not in this game. This game looks to be over. 50 seconds left, maybe, but it still looks to be over. But in this season, still a lot of time for both teams to really get it going. Martel Poole, three-pointer off the inbound. And although he may have hurt his team with that turnover and that wild shot late in the fourth, the young Martel Poole just hit a clutch one. Zach Gilbert steps back, though. And Zach Gilbert hits a three, and that is going to be the dagger. Zach Gilbert with a beautiful effort in this game. Zach Gilbert, Russ Macy, and TJ King Jr. hitting the three. Whoa. Okay. We seeing a lot of grit out of AS Monaco late. But I just needed to see that effort from them earlier on. This defense has been terrible. No one on our team should be happy with anything today. Got to get it right next game. Big shout out to Blue Moon, the real general of this team, stepping up as a leader and letting his team know, man, they got to get some things fixed. He's not happy with the performance tonight. And that's GG's, man. I think that one is GG's. 94-87 right now in favor of Berlin. And with 28 seconds left, man, I think Berlin has definitely ran away with this one. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. This was another goodie. We got 2 games coming up after this game. We have, let me actually go to the schedule, guys. Pardon me. Let me actually go to the schedule. So he knocks down those free throws. Let me go to the schedule really quick just to see what games we have left on the board tonight. Gotta go to my graphics team chat, pardon me. But next we have Anna Ephes, CB Canarias. And then we have Virtus Olympia to end the night. So a big shout out to all my guys in the chat. GG's. Still a lot of time for Monaco, man. Don't hold your head on this loss because it's still a lot of time left. But Christian Ross going to walk away with the player of the game tonight. And Christian Ross looked really good, but he has to thank Zach Gilbert and Russ Macy, man. Zach Gilbert and Russ Macy was as consistent as they come. And they definitely helped Christian Ross and Chris Jackson get this lead. Chris Jackson also played really well. A lot of good performances from Alba Berlin today. Alba Berlin was just really warm today. I think the game last night had them ready to go in this back-to-back. So big shout out to Alba Berlin, man. Playing back-to-back but getting a win here. And let's go over this box score. Christian Ross really letting them have it tonight. 30 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 10 of 22 from the field, 6 of 13 from the three-point line, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line for the young user shooting guard. And big shout out to Christian Ross, man, one of the young wing players, the user guy. And this guy is looking pretty impressive. Shout out to Christian Ross. I don't know if he's in the chat today, but you definitely put on a show today, my guy. Hats off to you. Chris Jackson doing his part as well. Definitely cooled off in the second half. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 7 of 16 shooting from the field. Not as efficient as you would want him to be, but still pretty good. 3 of 9 from the three-point line. Perfect from the penny counter. And Chris Jackson gets his team another win. Him and Chris Ross really looking like a solid young core, solid young foundation for this Alba Berlin team, especially with Zach Gilbert coming off the bench and Russ Macy as the starting big man. Zach Gilbert stepped it up in the clutch with that steal and that clutch three-pointer to go right back at Martell Poole. So big shout out to Zach Gilbert, man. 17 points, 15 assists, 2 steals, 6 of 12 shooting from him, 2 of 4 from the three-point line. So 50% from both the field and the three-point field. That's a great game for Zach Gilbert. No turnovers for the backup point guard as well. And I love what I've seen from Zach Gilbert. Zach Gilbert going to be another one of those guys who can enter his bid into the SBA draft as a young point guard. Even though he's coming off the bench, I think he's making a great case for his resume here in the league. 15 points, 16 rebounds for Russ Macy. And like I said, man, this guy could just kill you inside out. And also can kill you as a catch-and-shoot shooter at that three-point line at 7'2". And also a dangerous guy in the pick and pop, man. Russ Macy could give it to you so many ways, pause. But this dude is a beast. Big shout out to Russ Macy, the generic center. And SBA teams is definitely going to be ringing down his agent line come draft day. So shout out to Russ Macy. No need to go over anybody else. Sean Duncan got 10 minutes again, but made the most of his minutes. So you're definitely going to see him with more minutes again coming up soon. 10 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists for Sean Duncan. Really earning his keep now. That's a lot of production in just 10 minutes. So big shout out to him. But on the losing side of things, TJ King Jr., 17 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, 8 of 13 from the field, 1 of 1 from the three-point line. And it was a good game from TJ King Jr. I did think that Pickett did a good job of guarding him, suppressing him early on. And just the team as a whole for Alba Berlin did a good job doubling him in certain opportunities. And just like keeping him bottled up, wrapped up, not letting him get any free clear looks at the rim. And I love what I seen from Alba Berlin guarding TJ King Jr. in this one. Martell Poole, 16 points, 3 assists, 1 turnover, and 1 very crucial turnover for the young guard in this one, man. That one coming while they was in the midst of coming back. He hit a huge 3 and then got ripped. And then took a bad shot trying to cover too much ground. And that is just a tough chain of events for Martell Poole, man. But the young guy did look good. in his approach tonight. Did look pretty decent. Would like to see him shoot a bit more efficient. But Martell Poole is going to be one of them young, aggressive guards that's going to fit very well in his development, man. Make sure you're stacking that SC and getting your player right because your player has a ton of potential, Martell. I like him a lot. Claudio Sanchez, a huge reason why they was able to come back in this game. 16 points, 12 rebounds for the starting center, Claudio. He was going right at Russ Macy. And him and Macy was really going at each other, but Claudio had no quit in his game. Played to the very last minute. 16 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. 6 of 11 from the field. Very efficient. Missed the only 3 he attempted, but knocked down every shot at the penny counter. So big shout out to Claudio, man. Jamarcus Brown, very efficient tonight. Maybe you want to see him get a couple more looks. Maybe you want to see Coach Gold call his number a bit more. Maybe it was just the flow of the game. But he hit some big threes late in the game. So maybe you call his number a little earlier. But he did start off cold. So maybe that was why. He really come into his game later in the game. 15 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists for Jamarcus Brown. But this is another guy with a ton of potential. A 6'8 guard. And he can also just shoot it like, lights out. 3 for 6 from the 3-point line. 6 for 9 from the field. Blue Moon, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 10 points on the night. And hold on 1 second. Hold on, y'all. Pardon me, fellas. But yeah, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists for Blue Moon on the night. 4 of 8 from the field, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Then Johan Norberg, 10 points. Not gonna go over this. 2 assists. That's all that they're gonna get from now. And let me get to the 3-point line. The dunk, so Olin could track the stats. Shout out to my stats guys, man. Gotta get all of this for my stat guys. I'm gonna show you guys your highlights as well, but I am gonna mute up while I do the highlights as I got an important call right now. Also gotta get with Zeke. He's been sending me some information, so just bear with me. During the highlight segment, I will be muted up. But definitely stay tuned. And appreciate you guys for rocking with us in this game, man. It's your boy Kamish Moolah here. This is the Simulation Basketball Association. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me go with the highlights of the winning team first. And Olin, let me get you your stats for the side of the winning team first. Let me go all the way down. Let me go here real quick. There we go. That should be it right there as far as stats for Olin. And appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I said, I will be muted up while I do these highlights real quick and do these pictures. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, man. And just let's keep this going, man. SBA action in full effect, guys. And I love what I've been seeing. The SBA action has been turned, bro. We have been really been growing at a rapid pace. High school is on the way, and we're just going to continue to grow and get bigger and bigger from here. So let's stay locked in and keep doing what we do. Let me get a hashtag our league before I mute up, guys.